2-1 defeat to Burton tonight. How would you assess that one?
Yeah, hugely disappointing result, and certainly a disappointing performance in general. I thought that despite the result against MK, I thought it was a strong away performance from us that we deserved more out of. I thought the first half, I'm going to be honest with you, I thought both teams' first half were terrible. I thought it was just a terrible football game. Nobody put 2 or 3 passes together. It looked tense. It looked like both teams knew that there was a lot at stake at the lower end of the table, and we weren't brave enough to get on the ball. We didn't settle on the ball. I thought we started the game okay on the front foot, but then we needed to settle down and keep it a little bit better. But we looked very stressed. And then, yeah, the goal, 46 minutes, you know, a minute into the added time, direct from the corner. I'm not sure if it went straight in or if somebody got a touch, but it's a poor goal to concede in a poor moment. And then, of course, you have to then come back from that. And I think Burton were smart. They killed the clock and they wound it down, and we had to push and push. And of course, the penalty is a big moment in there. I think if the margins in the game, you know, they score straight from a set piece. We get the opportunity to score from a penalty. We don't. I think we kick on if we do that, really. And then, of course, we're taking big risks towards the end of the game with a lot of bodies forward, and we leave ourselves vulnerable to the counter.
I suppose there was always a chance it was going to be a scrappy game, a scrappy first half, tense. I suppose it was just up to the players to sort of take it up a notch, which in the first period they didn't really do, did they?
No, and we knew that we'd have to fight a little bit, because we know what Burton come with, and we know that they're a team that is on the front foot and that likes to play forwards, and they value set pieces high. So we knew that we'd have to contest with a lot of long throws, set pieces, a lot of turning us around and facing our own goal. But at the same time, I felt like we lacked the bravery to get on the ball and just settle. Under pressure, we need to be able to do that, and we need to just be able to be calmer. In the couple of moments in the first half where we were calm, got Dylan on the ball and played forwards with a little bit more quality, we got into the final third. It's just our delivery when we got there just let us down a little bit.
There's no doubting that, of course, the penalty was a big moment in the game. What have you sort of said to Jammer, and how's he feeling after that? Yeah,
Jammer's down, but he's a big guy and he's a leader, and he says, look, he can take it on his shoulders, and you know, we certainly don't hold any blame to Jammer, because players can miss penalties. That's part of football. You just watch the World Cup and there was many world-class players missing penalties. So it can happen. It's a shame, because I think if the goal goes in, it's a big turning point for us within the match. When it doesn't, they get that little they galvanise a little bit, and they still have that point, the 1-0 to hang on to.
I suppose, is the manner of the goals the most disappointing thing? I suppose if you're sliced open, you say fair enough, but two disappointing goals to concede.
Yeah, the set piece is poor. And the second goal, look, when you start to gamble, we threw Ollie Casey up front. We played with the front three plus Ollie. We were going forward in waves. You are going to leave yourself man for man at the back, and we did that. And of course, when you don't take one of the chances and they clear it and land on it, you leave yourself open to the counter attack. We had to do that because we're in that position where we have to try to take risk. We can't sit back at 1-0 and accept it. So we had to take more and more risk as the game went on, but then we left ourselves more vulnerable. And at that moment, it can go to 2, and it did.
Port Vale, another game at home, another quick turnaround. What's got to be the mantra going into that one?
Look, I think it's going to be about character. I think that we're going to find out about ourselves a little bit now. You know, when the chips are down, you learn about yourself, and the players will learn more about themselves than they certainly did last season. And it's easy to be a good teammate. It's easy to be positive and to be brave on the ball when you're flying high in one league, but lose a few games, and that's when you really find out about people. It's when you learn about yourself and learn about the character of each other. So that's what we're going to learn now. We're going to see who's got character and who's brave enough to step back out in just a few days' time and perform.